Right now, we're going to start working on pivots. The situation we're in is where the right-handers are playing second base. They're going to field the ball and throw to second base, which means the person on their right is their target. Our left-hander will be playing second base, fielding the ball and throwing the ball to first base. So her target is the person on her left. Okay? If you have a target, that gives you a little bit better idea as far as how far you have to turn. We put 2 balls on the ground wider than our body. The first pivot that we're going to work on, well, first of all, we'll step back behind the balls. Okay? The first pivot is the hip pivot. The hip pivot is used with balls that are hit hard to you where you don't have to move very far and it's a short throw. Simply, we shoot our left foot slightly forward, we field the ball into our belly, pulls our body up, we turn both knees 90 degrees and we throw the ball. Both toes should be pointed to the target. If your right toe does not point to your target, if you turn and your right toe does not point, your hips and shoulders will not turn enough. Your right toe will enable you to open up your hips and your shoulders. If your right toe locks you in, the probability is you will throw the ball to the left-hand side of your target. So if that's the problem that you're having, make sure the right toe opens up. Try this, ladies. You're throwing to the person on your right, lefty's throwing to the person on her left. Try to stay down, both knees 90 degrees. Okay, but I got this. The first thing we started off, we said nobody should field the ball with the square feet. If your feet are square and you turn on this pivot, now you've got to balance this way. If you get your left foot slightly forward, you're much more stable when you make your turn. So we will never have our feet square. They'll never be flat-footed here. We'll always have our left foot forward. Now, depending on your position, in some situations, you might have a target that's behind you. When the target's behind you, you've got to get your left foot further forward, field the ball. Now it's easy to turn and make the throw. If the more square your feet are, the more trouble you have making the throw. The next pivot is called the quick pivot. This is the most common pivot. We stand behind the ball on the left. Lefty will stand behind the ball on the right. We step to the ball, we make the catch, we pop in the air, the right foot replaces the left foot, and we make the throw. When you end up, you should be between both of the balls. If you're not, if your right foot goes the opposite way, you have just created momentum going the wrong way that makes you slower. The one thing that you must understand is that your right foot must always go to the target. And whenever you do that, you will have much more momentum and you'll be much quicker. Try that, ladies. Step to the ball on your left and turn the pivot. Okay. Right foot replaces the left foot. Quick pivot. Okay. In most situations, you rather use a long pivot. The long pivot is the most important pivot. In the long pivot, your left foot steps to the ball on the left, your right foot steps to the ball on the right. Infielders needed when they're charging, outfielders needed for power. So you catch, you pop, you throw. It gives you added momentum. The added momentum gives you more power for the throw. Try that. Left foot to the ball on the left, right foot to the ball on the right. Okay? Okay. Right foot goes, left foot goes to the ball on the left, right foot goes to the ball on the right. Okay. 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 One reason why this pivot is important is because this is the only pivot you use when you charge a ball. Without this pivot, you cannot charge. But when you charge a ball, your left foot will come behind the ball on your left, your right foot will go on the other side of the ball on your right, because you're going to curl and you're going to turn, you're going to round the ball just a little bit. So when you catch, you round and you turn and you throw. You can't make a 90-degree turn very effectively. Okay? Try that. Left foot on one side, right foot on the other side. Okay? Okay? Lengthen the stride with the right foot. The longer you go, the better off you are. Okay? Okay? Left foot to the ball on the left, right foot goes to the ball on your right. Okay? Make sure right foot goes there, left foot goes there. Okay, go. Okay, try to go out a little bit further. Don't pop out, pop to the target. That's going to give you the power. Okay? That's it. Okay? Okay? Try to stretch out again. Right foot goes a little bit longer. Okay. Your right foot's coming out, then it's coming back. So you got to get more weight out there. Okay. Okay. Okay, try again. Okay, turn your left shoulder. The next pivot we're going to cover is the high pivot. On the high pivot is balls that you've got to get off the ground to make the catch and make the turn. So we go up in the air, we catch the ball, we come down landing on our right foot only. When we catch the ball, we make sure that the ball is caught in front of our body. If it's caught above our head, we lose balance. So when we go up, we land on our right foot already pushing off for the throw. If you land on both feet, that means you're going to have to step to throw the ball. That means you're already slow. Okay, so let's get off the ground, land on your right foot, make the turn, and throw. Okay, up. Okay, ready? Let's go. Okay. Okay. So far we've covered the hip pivot, the quick pivot, the long pivot, the high pivot. There's one more pivot we need to cover, which is the backside pivot. On the backside pivot, if this is the line of the ball, there are times when, for whatever reason, I don't have time to cut into the ball to go with an inside pivot. At this point here, I'm going to step back and field the ball and pop backwards for a backside pivot. The main difference in this is that the ball is no longer fielded on the left side of the body. It's fielded on the right side of the body. Because when you step back, this is the front side. If I field the ball on my left foot, I don't see the ball. If I field the ball on my right side, I see the ball, the dirt, and the glove. And that's the three things that I need in order to field the ball. My weight will transfer from the right foot to the left foot, up and gone. Okay? Anytime my left foot goes past my right foot, I'm actually pulling away from the ball. So I want to make sure I go no more than parallel to the line of the ball. If I'm here and for some reason I go backside, if I step here to field the ball, I'm slow. I'm slow because my left foot could have been here and I would have been this much quicker. So the distance that you are from the ball determines how far you can step back. The more you step back, the quicker you are, the more efficient you are. Okay? You want to try that, ladies? Okay. 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 Watch your left foot is pulling you way off the ball. Okay. Okay, we're going to do the backside pivot. We're just going to go into a normal basic drill. And here's the drill. The way you line up the girls is you want one girl with her feet square, the girl on the back side, her right foot behind the left foot of the girl in the front. We can do a single ball drill. This first one is a single ball drill. Ready? Just you alone. Backside pivot throw. Backside pivot. Ready? Here we go. Okay, once more. Okay. Okay. That's a single ball backside pivot drill. The problem we have here, watch her right foot. If the right foot moves too far forward, that's going to create momentum going the wrong way, or it's going to create a pause where you don't get the short hops. Watch her right foot. She needs to learn how to stop that right foot from moving. Ready? Go. Okay, once more. That's the difference. As soon as the right foot stops moving, she's much more efficient. Now we're going to go into a double ball drill. Remember how we lined them up? First girl is square, second girl is behind her with her right foot behind the left foot of the front girl. Okay, Jazz, you want to straighten up? Okay. Yeah, come up one more step. Okay, a little bit more over. Right there. Okay, ready? Here we go. Again. Ready? Again. Ready? One more. Ready? As far as the pivot is concerned, when you're charging a ball, the only pivot that you can use is the long pivot. The problem we have, if this is the center line of my body, any ball center line left of my body, I can feel the ball with my shoulder square and I can go through the ball. Once the ball goes center line right of my body, I will never be able to feel the ball in front of me, which means I will feel the ball back here. That means my left foot went past the ball. If my left foot goes past the ball, that means I just gave the runner one free step. I can't afford that. So I've got to make sure that my foot lands next to the ball on this side of the ball. Okay? If I have a habit of doing this, I can make a slight change if the ball is coming at me slow. A hard hit ball, I will always charge the ball with my shoulder square this way. On a ball that's slow, I will approach the ball with my right foot, because when I come up to the ball with my right foot, my left foot will be able to cut in. When my left foot cuts into the ball, my shoulders are square to the ball and I've got half the turn already made. I'll be quicker than most people right there. But any other time, my left foot will hit the ground on this side of the ball, my momentum will take me over to the target. I will field and pop, going over to the target. Okay, got it? Okay. Okay. Now, when you look at this, if I'm moving hard, this is not a good pivot. The reason it's not a good pivot is when I go through the ball, I'm not quick, I'm slow, because I had to come this far before I could throw the ball. If I had fielded the ball with a longer stride, the length of the stride would have given me more time to bring the ball up, and I would have been able to take a shorter stride and throw the ball. Because my feet were too close together, I have to go a longer distance in order to get the time to bring the ball up to the throwing position. So length of stride will make a big difference in how you field the ball. Watch these girls come through, watch their right foot, the left foot must pop to the target, and the right foot must step to the target. The whole idea is when you charge the ball, you field the ball on your left foot. By the time your right foot hits the ground, the ball's in a throwing position. As your body rotates and your left foot hits, your left shoulder's already pointing to the target and you're making the throw. Now we're going to do, in the long pivot situation, first baseman fielding the ball, throwing the ball to third base. So the player must charge the ball, field the ball, and throw to third base. Okay, ready? Crossover. Okay. If you had seen what these girls did, you would have noticed some of them got their left foot a little bit too far past the ball. That's going to slow them down because now they're coming in at a bad angle and the shoulders will turn too far. So let's make a change in this. Let's use some buckets. Let's block them in. Let's force the turn. What I just did now, in order to teach them how to make a better turn, it's hard to make a 90-degree turn. We're going to force them to make a 90-degree turn. We're going to force them to get the momentum going in the right direction. So I put a bucket to block them in here, and I put a bucket here to keep them from going too far from the ball. This bucket is to keep them from taking a wide line to the ball. We want a straight line to the ball on every play. So what happens? I'll charge the ball, I'll fake a pickup here, and I'm going to pop through the ball. But this will help them get a better feeling. Okay? Ready? Okay. 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 And in this type of drill, being that we have a lefty, the lefty will do crossover steps, she'll do off-foot throws, she'll do a different technique than the right-handers. The right-handers are working the pivot now. When the right-handers work on the crossover steps, then the lefty will work on the pivots. Okay, now we're going to take you into a double ball drill. When the girls have learned the techniques, we can put them into a double ball drill to create a little bit more competition between the two players. Now it forces them to give a little bit more effort in trying to beat their partners. In this situation here, we've got two lines. The lines are staggered. One girl is in front of the other girl. So when we roll the balls so the balls get to them staggered at the same time. If they come up even and the balls are even, they might collide into each other. Now, normally, the first two girls will make their play, go to the back of the line, come to the second time they make their play, they will go over to do their catching. And this is how we rotate. We don't want to waste our time rotating on every single play. So we let them come through the line once, second time around, they make two plays and then they're catching. Here we go. Go. Okay. Ready? Okay. Ready? If you notice, our catchers are set up a little bit different also. The reason they're set up a little bit different is because of the throwing angle from the girls. Okay? This makes it fair. They're both throwing the same amount of distance. So the bucket on the right is a little bit further distance than the bucket on the left. Just as when you look at the girls fielding the ball, the girl on the right is closer to me than the girl on the left. If you watch the balls as they roll to the girls, the ball on the left gets to the girl first. They're staggered. This helps them to keep from bumping to each other. Let's do this once more. Go. It's okay. Ready? This is how a double ball drill can help the players that already understand the technique. You don't want to use it until they understand the technique, because otherwise they're going to form bad habits. But the whole thing about this and any other drill that you're working on, we're looking for speed. So when they throw the ball, well, actually, I don't care if they make a mistake here and miss the ball as they're trying to field it. If they do, they should fake a throw. When they come up, they throw the ball. I don't care if they hit their target or not. The main thing that we're doing right now is getting them to gain speed. After they gain speed, that's when we work on the control. That's when everything will start coming together. But if they don't work on speed first, they will always be slow. Okay?